So Go is designed to get to 500,000 people across all of America, and I'll explain that number in a minute, but we need critical mass to execute this plan. So the theory is, let's first build a group of 500,000 or more patriots, roughly 1,000 people per district, and what we'll do is we'll let each person define their own platform. Every one of you knows how you would vote if you were in office. Nobody needs to tell you how to vote. No party, no special interest money. So what we do is we have a candidate questionnaire where we want every person that participates to go and complete a questionnaire and by definition build their own platform, document how you would vote. Once we get to that 500,000 number, we'll randomly sort all the participants into pools of 10 within your congressional district. And in pools of 10, you'll sit around, you and 9 of your peers, and you'll look at the other answers that these 9 other people gave. You'll consider their willingness to serve, their interest in serving, their accomplishments in life, their communication skills. You'll consider whatever you want to consider. But each pool of 10 will choose 2 people. And those 2 people will advance to the next round. Now, the next weekend, you'll have new but fewer pools of 10 with all those who advance, and they'll sit down and they'll choose 2 people. And you'll go through this process 4 or 5 weekends. And at the end of the process, 1 person will rise to the system in each of the 435 districts, and that becomes the Go candidate. Now think about this person and who they are and what they've done. They've defined their own platform, they've put in writing how they would vote on every key issue of the day by answering this questionnaire. They signed a legally binding agreement that says on those issues, they will vote the way they said they would, or they'll go back to their district and they'll get approval to change their mind. Maybe you learned something new. But if you tell us you're going to vote for term limits, or a balanced budget amendment, or the Single Bill Act, or the fair tax, or whatever, you will vote for it. If you say you're going to vote against this or that, you get up there, you will vote against it. We're talking to politicians who tell us one thing, and they go up there and do the exact opposite. Think further about these people. Not only have they documented how they will vote, they've been chosen by their peers. They haven't been chosen by some party and some backroom deal because they were a part of the Good Old Boy Network for 20 years. You or anybody sitting in that room will be chosen by your peers over the sequence of these 10-man pools in 4 or 5 weekends. The quality of the person that's chosen, even the first round of 10, is superb. We've been running mock selection sessions around the country, over 2,000 of these, and everybody in the room is encouraged to participate. Cliff is there and he'll explain to you how we can do that. You can do it online or you can do it in person. But what you'll see if you participate in this process is superb candidates emerge in even the first round. As you go through 4 or 5 rounds, we believe we will find the best of the best in each district. Now think about this further. At this point, nobody can just raise a penny. We're going to take the money completely out of the process. I've been blessed all my life to work at the right place, at the right time, been wildly successful everywhere I work. So my wife and I have said, we don't want or need money. We have all the money that we need, and we will fund this until we get to 500,000 people. Now with that said, people already are sending in money. We've raised a significant amount. But we will not run, we will not spend this money until we get to 500,000 people and the members of each district choose their candidate. What we'll do, once we get to 500,000, is then we'll say, folks, we have critical mass. Everybody that wants in, put $100 in. We will pool those funds. We'll raise somewhere between $20 and $40 million almost overnight. And that will be the start of the war chest needed to advertise for these 435 citizen representatives that have been chosen by you. Now, at this point in time, if you go back to the problem that I set out to solve, I said there's 3 problems. I said the people that are up there, they don't represent you or I. They represent their party, they represent their special interest group, and they represent their own political career. So this Go system, we've taken the parties completely out of the process. We've completely removed the money from the process. And by electing one of you, look around the room, one of you that's sitting in the room will go up. You are not a career politician. You will go up there and you will honor your contract because it's your contract. Nobody's telling you how to vote. You created your own platform. You will go up there and you will serve your district for 2 years. The only other commitment that we ask is that you agree to support a requirement for term limits. We want you to go up there 1 term and serve. And the Go system, we say you can go up for 2 terms. If you like, you have to go back through the Go process a second time, and it's up to your peers to send you again. We don't need seasoned, experienced patriots in the House of Representatives. I'm sorry, we don't need politicians. We need the seasoned, experienced business people, everyday citizens, farmers, ranchers, you name it, that can go up there. For the first 150 years of our country, the average tenure of a congressman was 3 years in the House. Today it's over 12, and it's growing year after year because the folks that are in cannot be defeated. With all the angst in the country this year that you see, there's been over 350 races so far. Only 4 members of the House, incumbents, have been defeated. You would think, with everybody so upset this year, there would be some turnover. What's going to happen November 3rd, and I hate to say this, I hope that I'm completely wrong, but the odds are definitely with me. This November, somewhere between 90 and 94% of the incumbents will once again win re-election. And they will win because the districts are so gerrymandered, you know which party is going to win in 88% of the races without question. Hopefully I'm wrong on that one, but if you look at the history for the last 36 years running, it's been 94 to 98% incumbency re-election rate. So we can continue to try to go in and place this person and that person in. We can continue to have a Republican try to beat a Democrat in this district or a Democrat beat a Republican in that one. But the bottom line is nothing will change. Albert Einstein said the definition of insanity was doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And if we believe we're going to continue to use this two-party system and affect wholesale change at the House level, I think we're borderline insane. It's just not going to happen, folks. And so, you know, you don't have to take my word on that. Look at the history. Watch what's going to happen in this race. Do everything you can to affect change. But on November 3rd, I think we're all going to be sitting here saying, boy, this isn't looking right. So I think that I'm getting a phone call here, which is probably my signal to start wrapping up. But I want you guys to think about what we've proposed here. Right? It's a nonpartisan plan to replace these members of Congress. We acknowledge there are a few good people up there, and the good ones you can keep. What we're saying is we're going to identify a true citizen representative. You don't have to quit your job. You don't have to sell your soul to a political party. You don't have to kiss 1,000 babies. All you have to do is go to our website, isgo.com, complete a questionnaire, and document how you would vote if you were in office. Once we get to 500,000 members, then and only then do you have to decide when you want to put $100 into this pool. We will pool that money, and then we will start campaigning for these 435 people. Recognize that today, everything we've been done is word of mouth. Guys like John Michael here, or Angela, right, or everybody that's helped us spread the word to build this. We have 85,000 members. At this point in time, 1.7 million people have been to the website. This is a large and growing national movement. We're focused on the 2012 election, not this year, for 2012. As we get past this election, what we're hoping to do is drive that membership number from 100,000 to 500,000. And we'd ask that every one of you join us. Now, this is a lot to digest real quickly. The best thing to do is to go to that website, GOOH.com, and study this a little bit. Check it out. Be skeptical. Ask the hard questions. People will tell us things like this all the time. A third party can never win. Folks, listen to this one very closely. We are not a party at all. We are a process for selecting representatives. We'll beat the incumbent in the primaries, but we have to get to 500,000. We will not split the vote. We will take the incumbents on in the primary. In Nancy Pelosi's district, this system is likely to identify somebody that probably would have voted Democrat in the past. But that district is 80% Democrat-leaning people. What we're trying to do is say, forget the labels, forget everything that you ever thought. This is a political paradigm shift. I worked for Michael Dell over there. He had this vision of taking the middleman out of the sales process. And when he started this, there were 39 companies in the computer business. Today, 37 of those are completely out of the PC business. What Michael did was shift the paradigm and change the way the sales process works. Go is about to do the same thing. We're about to shift the political paradigm. We're going to take the parties and the money out of the political process, and we're going to put everyday, true citizen representatives in office, one day, one election.